Welcome back to Market Headlines. Vice President and COO of Hyundai Motor Asia Pacific headquarters, Lee Kang-hyun, targets to stop producing electric vehicles from factories in Indonesia in March 2022. Hyundai has spent around $1.55 billion to build a factory in Cikarang, West Java.
Hyundai is preparing factory to produce more cars in Indonesia. The factory, which is in Cikarang, West Java, will produce both electric vehicles, also cars with internal combustion engine. The factory worth $1.55 billion. Vice President, COO of Hyundai Motor Asia Pacific headquarters, Lee Kang-hyun, said that if the demand for electric vehicles increases, the factory can flexibly change the production portions of the two types of vehicle. So far, Hyundai targets electric car productions in March 2022 in Indonesia. Hyundai markets electric vehicles at a price of 600 billion rupiah to 700 billion rupiah. From all sources, for IDX Channel.
Are the future, and each year we've seen automakers add more electric vehicles to their lineup. So everyone is working on them, from well-established manufacturers like Tesla, Honda, Hyundai, as stated before, to the new names such as Byton, Lordstorm, or even Rivian. So thus, it makes the car sales volume skyrocketing. So to see the detail, let's see the next graphic. Through the next graphic, we can see electric car sales volume. First of all, we can see that European Union is about to dominate about the electric car sales volume by reaching 1.3 million units of electric car sales in 2020, followed up by China by 1.3 million units in 2020. And citing the EVvolumes.com site, electric car sales have shot up over the past year, and the website predicts that the sales volume of electric cars last year even reached 3.24 million units, and this is higher than the realizations in the previous year, which was only 2.26 million units. So as we can see through the graphic, that the European become the world region that recorded the highest growth in the electric car market last year, and in fact the sales volume of the electric cars in Europe during 2020 has surpassed the sales in China, which was previously the largest electric car market in the world. And how about Indonesia? That's the questions. And the electric car market in Indonesia is still in its early stages due to many imperfect supporting factors, such as lack of charging stations and still ongoing tax schemes. And despite all the things, government is very optimistic about the usage of electric vehicle in the future. So let's see the target set by the government through the next graphic. Here it is. We can see Indonesia's electric vehicle usage target. So government is set a target by 2030 by selling electric car by 600 units. Meanwhile, for the electric motorcycle, government set a target by 2.4 million units. But then, the question is, would the government be able to achieve these targets? Well, the electric car usage is predicted to gain more and more users, but then there are things that may hamper the appetite. First, about the price. Most Indonesians buy cars that less than 300 million rupiah, while the lowest price we can record for the electric vehicle is around 650 million rupiah. So it is quite unreachable. And the second one is about the normality, the habit. Indonesians are very used to go to the gas stations to fill up the gasoline, while there is a different way in terms of electric car. So Indonesians need to adopt the new habit. And the third one is about the ecosystem. In order for an electric car to be used massively, it requires availability of the charging stations at home, office, gas stations, and in public places. And the battery supply must be sufficient to avoid shortage, right? So the electric vehicle ecosystem in Indonesia is still on progress, or we can say that it is not mature enough. But anyway, the government has set an ambitious target. So in order to get into the beat, The minister said that the government has provided various fiscal and non-fiscal incentives. So what are the incentives? Let's see through the next graphic. Through the next graphic, we can see government's incentives to boost electric vehicle sales. We can take a look from the consumer side. It is a free luxury tax, 0% to 10% of the regional tax only, and about the minimum due payment on a 0% only. And the next one is that electricity charging discount, and the next one is that special license plate. But if we take a look from the producer side, we can see that government is giving a tax holiday, mini tax holiday, and also tax allowance, exceptions from the import duty, and also super tax deductions for the R&D, which is research for development projects. And the existence of incentives certainly attempts the consumers to switch to electric cars. Moreover, many manufacturers are presenting you a more attractive models. And not only the incentives, many factors cause electric cars demand to go up. Many countries struggling to meet the obligations to reduce carbon dioxide emissions. So that's Indonesia. So let's see the target set by Indonesia through the next graphic. So here it is. We can see the green economy trend through what is Indonesia's target on carbon dioxide emissions reductions. In car, government believed to reduce carbon dioxide by 2.7 million tons. Meanwhile, for the motorcycle, by applying this electric vehicle trend, government believes that it can reduce up to 1.1 million tons of carbon dioxide emissions. Even so, globally, researchers say that the average lifetime emissions from electric car are up to 70% lower than the petrol cars. And they say the picture for electric cars will become steadily more favorable as nations shift into the clean electricity. Plus, study projects that in 2020, every second car on the streets of the world could be electric. And this could reduce global carbon dioxide emissions by up to 1.5 gigatons per year, which is equivalent to the total current carbon dioxide emissions on Russia. And yes, viewers, COVID-19 has brought unprecedented economic devastations, but as we recover, we have the opportunity to build back better in a modern green economy that works for everyone. Stay tuned with us because market headlines will be right back after this quick break.